Don't say thank you. If you say thank you, you sound arrogant. Tell them it was a team effort. Tell them you actually messed up slide 4. Tell them it was just luck. Run away. Oh, thanks. But, the projector was weird, and I think I rushed the ending, so... Does that conversation make you cringe? Do you physically recoil when someone shines a spotlight on your achievements? For most people, a compliment is a gift. It's a verbal high five. But for a specific subset of the population, a compliment feels like a threat. It feels like a spotlight you didn't ask for, or a debt you can't pay back. If you are someone who freezes, deflects, or self-deprecates the moment praise comes your way, society probably tells you that you just have low self-esteem. They tell you to love yourself more. But as a psychology enthusiast, I think that answer is lazy. Rejecting compliments isn't always about hating yourself. Often, it is a symptom of a highly complex, analytical, and socially hyper-aware personality structure. It means your brain is processing social data differently than the average person. Today, we're going to validate that reaction. We are exploring the 5 rare personality traits found in people who cannot handle a compliment, and why your inability to say thank you might actually be a sign of high emotional intelligence gone into overdrive. Trait number 1 is what I call the authenticity filter. People who freeze at compliments often place an incredibly high value on truth. You have a visceral, almost allergic reaction to anything that feels fake, performative, or manipulative. Here is the problem. A lot of modern social interaction is performative. People give compliments as social lubricant. They say, "I love your shirt," not because they love your shirt, but because they want to break the silence. Your brain, however, is a lie detector. When someone compliments you, you instantly scan their tone, their micro-expressions, and their history. If you detect even a 1% trace of insincerity, or if you suspect they want something from you, your walls go up. You freeze because you are trying to calculate the motive. Why are they saying this? What is the angle? You aren't awkward. You are discerning. You would rather have a harsh truth than a polite lie. So when a compliment feels generic, you're so smart. You reject it because it lacks the specificity of truth. You crave connection, but only if it's real. Trait number 2 is high-functioning impostor syndrome. This is common in high achievers. You might be objectively talented, successful, or attractive, but internally you attribute your success to external factors, luck, timing, or the help of others. When someone compliments you, you're a genius at coding. It triggers a psychological state called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort experienced by a person who holds 2 or more contradictory beliefs. Belief A, yours. I am just winging it, and I barely finished that on time. Belief B, the compliment. You are an organized master. These 2 realities cannot coexist. Your brain literally glitches. To resolve the tension, you have to reject belief B. You have to correct the other person's perception to align with your own reality. You aren't fishing for more compliments. You are trying to fact-check them. You feel like if you accept the compliment, you are lying to them. You are accepting credit for something you feel was accidental. This trait shows you have a deep sense of integrity, even if it hurts you socially. Trait number 3 is hyper-empathy, specifically regarding status dynamics. This is a fascinating one. Many people who freeze at compliments are extremely sensitive to the feelings of others. You are unconsciously aware of the status seesaw. In any interaction, when one person is elevated, praised, there is a subtle implication that others are lower. If a boss praises you in front of your team, you don't feel pride. You feel panic. You immediately worry. Does Sarah feel bad? Does Mike think I'm the teacher's pet? You freeze, and deflect the praise. Oh, it was really Sarah who did the hard work, because you are trying to level the playing field. You are managing the emotional temperature of the room. This is a rare and beautiful trait. It's called being egalitarian. You value the group's cohesion over your individual glory. While it makes you bad at taking compliments, it makes you an incredible leader and friend, because you are constantly ensuring no one feels left behind. Now, we have to get a little deeper. Trait number 4 is what psychologists might call conditioned mistrust, or the shoe drop syndrome. For some of you, your childhood or past relationships taught you that praise is never free. Maybe you had a parent who only complimented you right before asking for a huge favor. Maybe you had a partner who used love bombing, heaping praise on you as a way to control you or cover up abuse. If this is your history, your brain has wired the neural pathway for compliment directly to the neural pathway for danger. When you hear "you are so reliable," your brain translates that to "here comes a burden I can't say no to." When you hear "you look beautiful," your brain translates that to "they want something physical." You freeze because you are bracing for impact. You are waiting for the other shoe to drop. This trait means you are a survivor. You have developed a defense mechanism to protect your boundaries. It's a sign of vigilance, not weakness. Finally, trait number 5. You possess fixed standards of perfection. This is different from regular perfectionism. Regular perfectionists want others to think they are perfect. You don't care what others think. You care what you think. And your internal rubric is impossible to satisfy. If you run a marathon in 4 hours and someone says, "Wow, 4 hours is amazing," you freeze. Why? Because you know that you wanted to run it in 3 hours and 50 minutes. To you, the gap between your goal and your reality is a canyon of failure. When someone compliments the failure, it feels like they are mocking your standards. It feels like they have low standards. You think, if you think this is good, you obviously don't know what great looks like. This trait shows that you are internally driven. You aren't motivated by applause. You are motivated by mastery. That is a rare and powerful engine for success, but it does make it very hard to enjoy the view along the way. So do you recognize yourself in these traits? The authenticity filter, the impostor syndrome, the hyper-empathy? If you do, I want you to know that you don't need to fix your personality. You don't need to become a narcissist who loves the sound of their own name, but you do need to learn to close the loop. The next time someone compliments you, try to override the freeze response with just 2 words. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to say, "I know, right?" Just say, "Thank you." And if that feels too hard, say, "Thank you for saying that." Notice the difference. "Thank you for saying that" acknowledges their kindness in speaking, without necessarily agreeing that you are the greatest person on earth. It honors their attempt to connect without violating your own internal truth. It allows you to be polite without feeling like a fraud. I'm curious, which of these 5 traits resonates most with you? Is it the fear of fake people or the fear of the other shoe dropping? Let me know in the comments. I read them all, even the compliments, though I'm still working on not freezing when I see them. If you learned something new about yourself today, please hit that like button and subscribe to Psychology Every Day. See you in the next one.